Hi all. The most critical part of any trader's day is figuring out how to plan their trade setup before 9:15 a.m. And it is always a rush. You go and check out different websites, different articles and try and gather all the data to see how the market might react at the opening levels itself. But what if I told you you can make this entire pre-market analysis process very easy, and that too using AI. So that's what we're going to learn today. How can you make your pre-market process very simple using few simple free AI tools? So if that's the case, what are you waiting for? This is Ajay Ajit. Welcome to Market Feed. For today's analysis, again, we are going to use Claude AI. It is a free tool up to a limited number of queries. So since it's a pre-market trade or pre-market news that we are trying to get, there are no issues. You will still be able to get it using the free plan itself. So you can find this entire prompt that I've made. It is nearly again 25 pages. You can find this entire prompt that I've made in the description and in the pinned comment. The first thing that you have to do is to come copy this entire holy grail prompt that I've given you and paste it into Claude AI. So I've done that here in the morning itself. Let's go and check out the output that we have gotten. So when you paste the entire prompt, the first thing that Claude asks you is, hey, good morning. What kind of trader are you today? That means, are you an intraday trader? Are you a swing trader? Or do you want the full report? Here I've told Claude that I want the full report, give me the entire data, and it will take a good 5 to 10 minutes to again run this entire prompt and get this entire data. So it's going through multiple data and news sources to give you the best data, the best opening brief and all possible trading scenarios before you start the trade on 9:15. So let's go through what has happened here. So the context, which is the opening brief it has given today. Context, it has said that yesterday Nifty snapped a 2-day losing streak on April 1st, surging 1.5% on Iran de-escalation hopes, but GIFT Nifty is now pointing sharply towards a lower opening for April 2. Why? Trump's April 2nd speech on Iran has made the market nervous. Today's opening is going to be a heavily gap down as geopolitical uncertainty returns. So you can see this is a real case scenario. Imagine you're going to open your trading screen at 9:15 a.m. and the market is gap down today. You do not understand why it happened, but at least if you're going and giving this prompt, you'll be ready understanding what is exactly going to happen in the market today. So this is giving you a proper understanding. GIFT Nifty is down today. It's going to be a gap down, and why it is happening also is very clear. The global mood is also given here. Nikkei and US rallied on April 1st, but today's futures indicate caution. Right? That's what it is saying, as you can clearly see here. So you can see all the different data. At the time I ran this, you can see all the clear data here. GIFT Nifty is down by nearly 2% at 22,360. Nifty 50, you can see here, it was up. Sensex also, you can see here, it was up. India VIX also, you can see here, it was down in the day at 25. But here also, you can see even 25 is really high VIX. So you can see the outcome or the output being given here as elevated. Expect sharp swings even today. That's what is given here. Now let's go to the next tab and see what it is giving here. When we go to the global markets, it's showing everything was largely positive yesterday. S&P 500, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, everything closed in the green. But now we know why still the Indian markets are in the red. Because after their markets closed, Trump came out with an announcement and he said that the war might extend for a lot more weeks. And hence the US futures fell, GIFT Nifty fell, and today we saw the Indian markets also opening with a gap down. So this is a perfect use case for the AI tool that we have made. It is not just looking at previous data. It is also looking at the current market scenarios, the news, and also giving you the best possible update before you start trading. And that's what you can see here. When you go to India levels also, you can see the clear numbers here. You can see that Nifty 50 is showing clear data, Sensex is showing clear data. Wherever it's not able to get proper data, you can see it is giving verify at NSE. Unfortunately, Bank Nifty data is not clear here. Next, let's go to the pivot data. Here you can see pivot data for April 2. Pivot is given at 22,636, but you know that it is going to be a gap down opening even below this level. So you have to be careful about that. Levels that you can watch out for 22,424 and 22,178 in case of a gap down opening. And if you want again a quick brief about what happened on the previous day, you can see on April 1st session the top gainers were Indigo, Trent, BEL, Adani Ports, Adani Enterprises, and the top losers were Dr. Reddy's Labs, HDFC Life, Cipla, Apollo Pharma, Sun Pharma, right? So you can see all of this data. one thing that I want you to do is to gain confidence on this data and how this AI tool reacts. I've tried this out for multiple days. There are some data gaps that you can observe here and there, but it will be clearly visible. For example, if it says top gainer April 1st session, all you have to do is check that date. If it is showing a wrong date for any reason, make sure that you try and find out what is the best possible data. You can get it from the sources it has given down below. If you're still not getting it from there, unfortunately, that's where you'll have to go to the older method of finding out data, which is finding data on your own. But mostly I've seen that the data is true. I've tried it out for multiple days, and you can see that most important data is clearly given correctly. So that's what I want you to understand. So the next tab here is FNO Pulse tab. So here you'll be getting to know PCR, max pain, key OI strikes that you should be watching, and what are the inferences from the data, what all are the inferences that you can get. So here I've seen that the data is sometimes a bit shaky. I'm trying to correct that, and by the time you see this video, the prompt will be corrected and hopefully you will be getting the correct data here. But if you're not able to get the exact data, I found a workaround there also. Go to the NSE website option chain. Take the entire screenshot of the option chain and upload it into this chat right here. Ask it to give the FNO analysis based on the option chain image that you have uploaded, and the answers there will be pretty clear. It will be giving you exactly what's happening in the option chain, what all are the levels you should be watching out for, what all are the inferences that the data is showing. Everything will be clear to you then. What is the next tab here? Commodities, right? So when you open it, you can see the commodities and currencies tab. That's what I want you to go through. Have a quick look. You can see the USD INR. I'll be adding the dollar index also here. Brent crude, WTI crude. You can see how gold did, how silver did, and why all of that happened. You can see gold was up 2% on April 1st due to the safe haven demand. You can see that crude oil is still elevated. It has still gone up because of the risk in the Strait of Hormuz. That war risk is still applicable here. And when you go to the news tab, you can see all the important news that you should be aware before going into the market today. So you can see all of the latest news here. You can see Trump's announcement is a major news that you should be looking out for, and the GIFT Nifty gap down. What all are there? Brent crude remaining above $100 per barrel is a risk for you. India's GST collection crossing 2 lakh crore for March 2026 is a good data. Then again going down, FIA selling heavily. That's something that you can know. There are stock specific updates also. You can see updates about Indigo, BEL, or Oracle. You can see about SpaceX, which is not exactly applicable for the Indian market, but you can see all of that data also here. And I want you to come to the last tab at the end of reading everything and come here. You can see the opening bias is gap down. You can see the key levels that you should be watching out for. And here you can see a possible trade plan of how the market might react at different levels. If 22,100 holds, you can see a bounce is possible towards the 22,500 or even the 22,700 range. If 22,000 is broken, that means if the major support of 22,000 is broken, you'll be seeing a fall towards 21,800, which is a 200 days exponential moving average. And again, there is a weekly bias and a weekly prediction also given out by Claude. But I want you to take this predictions with a grain of salt. Do not take this as trading advice. It's just giving you key levels that you should be looking out for in the market, and that's how you can plan your trade this week. So after the market opened, I've verified and marked all the important levels that Claude has given us. So the major levels that I saw were the pivot levels 22,178 and 22,425, along with the major long-term support at 22,100, then at 21,800, right? So all these levels have been marked in my chart, and I've verified them personally by looking at the chart. So that's what you should also do, right? Look at all these important levels, mark them, and go to the previous historical data. Swipe the chart and see if all this data were important earlier also. Then you can decide to make a trade plan according to that. So do not go blindly trusting this data. Verify, then only act. So hope you got an entire gist of what I was trying to do with this video. Always what I've seen is most pre-market reports are biased. Even I used to write a proper pre-market report myself earlier, but mostly it is biased. If you're an options trader, you get only options trade data. If you're a stock trader, there's only stock data. But again, there is no personalized tool which was available till now. So this tool will be making it very personalized, so you can get whatever exact data that you need. You can have a conversation with it. you can ask further clarifications, and the only thing you need to do is to verify that the basic data it is given to you is correct based on the date it is analyzed. So hoping that this entire video and this prompt is going to be very, very useful for you. Make sure that you run it for multiple days, gain the confidence yourself before applying it in the real market. So really happy that all of you are loving this recent AI trading series that we're doing in this channel right here. Even this video was based on a comment that I received in the last video where someone asked me, can you make a pre-market analysis tool using AI? And that's what is presented here. And if you have any suggestions or thoughts, again, the comment section is open for all of you. This is Ajay Adit signing off. See you all in another video. Bye bye.